Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. I'm so glad you dropped by today. I have a very simple but elegant embossed tone-on-tone wedding card, and this is what it looks like. This came out to be a beautiful card, and it's so simple. So the Best Wishes rubber stamp is from My Sentiments Exactly, and the fancy scallop edge die is from Spellbinders. I also used a Botanical 3D embossing folder from sizzix. My card base is 5 by 7 inches with a mat that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 using the same colors. And this is that mat after you run it through your sizzix Big Shot with that 3D embossing folder. It is just gorgeous. Alright, now I am going to mark some equal points on the back of my embossed mat. This is to help guide me on where to place a beautiful strip of kind of crocheted ribbon. So I'm going to take my ribbon, determine how much length I need in order to wrap this around the back side of my mat. I want to make sure I get that done before I put it down on the front of my card. So you can see I'm using those dots that I marked on the back kind of as a guideline for this little strip of ribbon, and isn't that gorgeous? Alright, now I want to take just a little adhesive and run that through the front side of my ribbon. I didn't want to do this beforehand because I want to make sure that it's going straight across that front of my mat. Then I'll simply flip it over and use some liquid adhesive, which gives me a little wiggle room when I put this on the front of my card. Now I've made this mat smaller so that I have a little bit of a border there between the tone-on-tone cardstock. And I'm making sure that I go over each piece of that ribbon on the back just to give it a little more adhesive. So when I put this down, it is going to stick very well to the card front. Okay, I'm just going to give that a quick press with my hand. Now you notice I'm not using my brayer today because I don't want to smush down any of that beautiful 3D embossing. Next, I used the Best Wishes to the Bride and Groom rubber stamp, and I did that off camera and stamped it on that same color of cream. And then I cut out several smaller circles, probably about 4 of them. And I'm going to glue those on the back of the fancy scallop edge circle that has my stamped sentiment, just to give it a little more stability, because I'm going to pop this up on some foam tape, and I need to go over not only that 3D embossing, which is, you know, fairly raised as you can see, but also that ribbon, which also has some texture. So that's why I wanted to stabilize that front scalloped edge circle, just giving it some really good stability here, so that when I stick this down with foam tape, it is a very sturdy circle here. Okay, I'm lining this up. This is where the grid mat comes in handy, because I can get this lined up exactly in the center of my card using those grid lines. There we go. Wasn't that simple? Here's my finished card, and of course my lined and decorated envelope, as well as the inside of my card. I want it to make it have justice to the front there. And you can see I took a little embossing folder across the flap of my envelope this week, and I just like that tone-on-tone look for the envelope as well. I hope you enjoyed watching this simple and quick tutorial on how to make a tone-on-tone card using a 3D embossing folder. Just let the embossing folder be the star, and you've got a simple yet elegant wedding card as a result. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you will subscribe, leave me some comments, and I'll see you again next week. Happy crafting, everyone.